Hi, all of you. Today I am going to discuss one more PYQ from a capacitor chapter. So this is the PYQ from 2023 second session, date 25. The question is given that is like this. What is the question? Capacitance of an isolated conducting sphere of radius R1 becomes n times when it is enclosed by a concentric conducting sphere of radius R2 connected to the earth. The ratio of their radius R2 by R1 is asking. Something concept we know about the capacity of a isolated conductor or isolated capacitor. So how we can find this one? That is, what is given here? One conducting sphere is given. Radius of that is here what? R1. If it is enclosed in another conducting sphere of radius R2, then its capacity is increases by n times. Then we have to find the ratio of radius of the second sphere to the radius of the first sphere. Nothing but one more important concept here. Already we have a formula, but what is given here, right? So concentric conducting sphere of radius R2, this is connected to earth. Second sphere is connected to the earth. Just we have to understand this concept here. R2 minus R1 or R1 minus R2. R2 if it is connected to the earth, in the formula we have R2 minus R1. First here what is the capacity of a spherical conductor of radius R here? For example, initially consider this as one spherical conductor having a radius R. We know that its capacity here C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R. This is the capacity of a isolated conductor or isolated capacitor also we can say that. 4 pi epsilon naught into R. Okay. But it is given here capacitor of an isolated conducting sphere, that is like this, of radius R1, that is like this. Now this one is one spherical isolated conductor of radius R1. Okay, so this capacitance becomes n times when it is enclosed by a concentric conducting sphere of radius. This is enclosed in another capacitor of this one of radius here. This is called as here R2. One more, it is also given. R2 is connected to the earth, nothing but this is connected to the earth connection. That is like this. Radius of the first isolated conductor R1. This isolated conductor is enclosed in another sphere of conductor of capacitor here R2. Now this second capacitor is, or this second sphere is connected to the earth here. Now we have a formula for this one directly. What is the capacity formula for this case here? First one, this is considered as here C1. This is considered as here C1, and this capacitor is considered as here C2. First one here, what is the C1? Nothing but this is considered as here R1, and this is considered as here C1, nothing but. Now what we will get here C2, it is given here C2 is equal to n times here of this one, nothing but n into C1 here. This is given in the question. C2 is equal to n into C1. Actually, what is the C1 here? What is C1 4 pi epsilon naught into R1, of course. What is the here what C2 here? Generally we have to find the C2 also. What is the formula for C2? So C2 is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R1 R2 divided by R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. When R2 is, this sphere is connected to the earth. So that is the reason why R2 minus R1 we have to take here what. If it is, this one is connected to the earth, nothing but here what R1 minus R2 we have to take here. Of course, the value of this one we know that one. Value of this one also we know that one. Then we can find here what? Just here. So substitute here. So C2 nothing but this one only. 4 pi epsilon naught R1 R2 divided by R2 minus R1 is equal to N into C1. What is here one? N. What is the C1 here? Already we have. So 4 pi epsilon naught into R1. Okay. So which can be cancelled here one? 4 pi epsilon naught this side, here one 4 pi epsilon naught will cancel. R1 and also here one R1 is cancelled. Just we have to do here one, we have to do the cross product here. R2 is equal to N into R2 minus N into R1. N into R1. Now, so we have to find the value of which one? R2 by R1 we have to find here. Now just bring it is into this side and bring it is into this side. So therefore NR1 is equal to NR2 minus R2. So NR1 is equal to, if you take the common here what? R2 N1 N minus 1 here. So just we have to find here what? R2 by R1 only we have to find here. Just bring it into this side here one. So finally R2 by R1 is equal to, R2 divided by R1 is equal to N divided by N minus 1. This is the final answer of ratio of R2 by R1. So if you see the options here, which option is correct, we can choose here directly. Okay, here you are, first option is correct. So this is the solution for this one. It's a very easy. First we have to know the formula of this one. Key point in this question is what? Which sphere is connected to the earth? Second sphere is connected to the earth, nothing but second sphere radius minus first sphere radius. Okay, this sphere is enclosed in this case, then capacity of this one becomes here what? N types, N into C1 here what. So this is the solution of this one. I hope all of you understood this one, right? Thank you very much all.